Mo Salah versus Sadio Mane in a final. It's a potentially that could be the final. Senegal versus Egypt, North Africa versus West Africa, and obviously the team that will be the team that has won it the most versus the team that has never won it. So that would be a good final.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Knightz of the Round Table Discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy ST with me. How are you doing, sir?
I'm all good, man. Just came back from gym. Just ready now to, do the potty. I'm out here, man.
No, I hear that, bro. Everyone's trying to get their summer body.
Oh, of course.
Trying to get shredded for the summer, bro. Like,
course,
literally, man, them trying to go from the 1-pack to the 6-pack is nuts.
You know it is as well, yeah. I'm getting older as well. Not as old as the man in TJ's background, but he says he's 29, but he's not really 29. But hey, we'll move on. But yeah, no, I'm just trying to keep fit.
Brother, listen, this guy is at 29, Regin. So you're telling me that this man is younger than me? Are you having a laugh, bro?
Yeah.
Are you having a laugh, bro?
Younger.
Bro? Listen. This guy's on this, got that Obafemi Martins juice, bro. Do you know how long Obafemi Martins was 18 for?
Yeah, for 6 years, bro, at least. It's okay. It's okay.
It's a mad one. It's a mad one. People, you're probably wondering why I did the intro, why I'm speaking right now. Mr. K bottled it. He knew he wasn't up to the job. He knew that hosting is only down for one person only, and that is myself. So he decided to throw in the towel, just like he'll do when eventually he signs the contract and will race and ran with his tail between his legs.
Oh, that's still a thing? Oh, no.
Of course it's still a thing, bro. Listen, as soon as, bro, look, ST, like, he doesn't listen. I done told the man already, yeah? Like, 3 people in our group know what I'm about in it. Like, no one knows what he's about, which is, it won't work in his favor because at the end of the day, like, he's an unknown quantity. But my whole thing is that, bro, allow it. Just allow it. Like, your knees were done from uni days. Yeah, his knees were done from uni days, bro.
Bro, he needs to stop it.
But listen, I keep telling the man them to tell him, innit? But unfortunately,
I told him,
bro, he's got this AB mentality, bro, where he thinks he can win. So
what about bullshit?
Yeah, bro, he's got this Adrian Broner mentality. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do the right thing, the Floyd thing, and show him who's boss. You get me?
I mean, I respect him for taking on the challenge, but I've known for years. I've known since you were. I've known pretty much a majority of my life what this guy is. And I'm not just saying it in front of him because I'm honest. I've raced him. The amount of losses I've took to him, I know. Like, and people, I'm quick.
This is it, bro. Bro,
he was ridiculous.
Bro, this is it. The Truth saw it on Brent Championships. 2 saw it at Sports Days. You've seen it, but hey ho, it is what it is. But yeah,
I'd
people.
love to see it.
Kay didn't bottle it. Unfortunately, he's got some personal things to take care of. So I stepped in and taken the reins, unfortunately, because he really did want to do this poddy. But it is our AFCON poddy. We're going to be talking about the Africa Cup of Nations so far. We're going to be talking about, obviously, the semi-finals and look ahead to the final as well. And just give some glory to the AFCON, bro, because there's been a lot of negative press about it. And don't get me wrong, we will touch on that. But on a whole, it is a global competition. It is a competition that should be celebrated. And that is what we are going to do today. But as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, all that good stuff. As I say all the time, share. We are here, the only channel on YouTube that gives you a variety of different sports, so much banter, so much knowledge, so much information. And yeah, bruv, just show the love. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description. ST, bro, like before we get into the semi-final and the final and who's left in the Africa Cup of Nations, just for you, what have you made of the competition so far?
Honestly, I was, if I'm being honest, I was kind of disappointed because I thought that at the start, especially the standard of football wasn't at the level that I'm used to seeing, because back in the day, me and you grew up with people like Eto'o, Mboma, Drogba, George Weah, those sort of ballers. Like there was always this one footballer or a few footballers that you think, wow, it's really interesting. The level of football of the African Nations Cup, I think has gone down, especially in the group stages.
Yeah.
That's why I thought the standard of refereeing hasn't been great up to, although seeing the quarterfinals as well and the last 16 days, I think it's improved a lot. But on the whole, it's one of them. It was a slow burner, this tournament. Like I feel like it started off slow, but as the better teams have qualified for the tournaments, I think the better teams have started to play better football. I think the refereeing has been a lot better as well. And I think it's gotten a lot more interesting. And I think it's going to be a lot more interesting now that these semi-finals that are happening as well.
No, it's true. Look, I 100% agree with you. It has been a slow burner. I mean, when we were watching the group stages, I was just like, oh, these games were awful, man. Like it was so bad. But I think you got to put these things into context, because even when you think about the Euros in the group stages, they weren't great. Let's be honest. Like, because obviously they don't get that much time together. It's trying to acclimatize as well. Obviously, a lot of them are leaving from Europe where the temperatures are in single digits to go and play football in the 20s and 20, 30, 40 degrees. You know what I mean? So it's taken a little bit of adjusting, trying to get their legs going again, and obviously trying to build that team chemistry. And as the tournament's gone on, it has gotten better. Yes, it's true. We're used to the Didiers and the Samuel Eto'os and the Essiens and the Yayas of this world, and the technical ability of those players. Not to say there isn't technical ability from the players that are in the tournament now, but it was just a better standard. And I think African football hasn't quite got there yet in terms of the technical aspect for the majority of teams. And obviously, it is what it is. Obviously, funding, coaching, and all that plays a massive part in it. But as you said, as we've gotten into the last 16s, we've gotten into the quarterfinals, we've seen a lot better quality of football from the teams, and the refereeing standard. Jesus, I mean, I think
they can referee in the Prem though.
Hey, listen, these referees, oh mate, as you said, it has gotten better, but bro, man, blowing up the whistle early twice, going back in and coming back out to have to restart games, like, oh mate.
Listen, let's just say
referees pushing players, like,
yeah, you see it. The referee cleared. The referee, Egypt versus Morocco. The referee cleared him.
Bruv, he clarted him, bruv. I was like, just like, listen, this is my kind of referee, you know.
He refereed very well in that match as well. I have to give him credit. He was actually good refereeing. But I saw that, I was like, Africa.
It's nuts, bruv. Referees like not taking nothing, bruv. Squaring up to the man them, bro. Like telling man them to shut up, like, bruv. It was like listen. Even from that aspect.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even just to emphasize your point, even when Ghana, that player Benjamin Tete did the madness, you see the reference like, no, I'm not coming back in. He was stepping in front of the security. You know, security surrounds it. This referee was standing in front of the security. He's like, yes, come here now. I was like, yeah, this is real African football.
Listen. The refs, like, as bad as some of them have been, it's been entertaining, bruv. I can't deny the fact that some of these referees have been entertaining. But as we've said, deeper in the tournament, it has gotten better. The standard has gotten better. Listen, within all, we look Premier League being a prime example. You've got good ones and you've got bad ones.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the way things work. But ST, one of the things about this tournament, which always tends to happen, is, bro, the shocks. I mean, when you look at it, Nigeria going out early, obviously. We were playing Egypt.
Okay.
So yeah, but obviously Ghana not making it out the group stage.
Algeria not making it out the group stage.
Algeria not making it out the group stage. Who was the other one? There was another one. Obviously we're going to talk about them. Burkina Faso beating Gabon, beating Tunisia. Yeah. To get to where they are. So there's been some very big shocks in the African Cup of Nations. And I think that's what has made it interesting. Because you just think, oh yeah, I mean, when we got to the end of the group stage, it was, Nigeria are the favourites. They're playing the best ball. Obviously we had Cameroon there.
Ivory Coast
were looking good. And then all of a sudden, knockout football comes, and mate, see you later. Nigeria, see you later. Ivory Coast, see you later. Gabon. Like it's been one of them tournaments where when you look at the 4 teams left and you go based on form, only the only one you would really say that you would have thought would have been in there is Senegal. Senegal.
I would have said Cameroon.
Cameroon, because they're the hosts, yeah. But realistically, like, if you looked at the teams, you would have probably thought Senegal, all right, maybe Cameroon. You would have probably thought Algeria as defending champions, and then Nigeria or Ivory
Coast. Yeah.
So the fact that that's not the case, that made the tournament more interesting. It's not just it's just the basic, these are the teams, they've got the better players, they've got the more well-known players, so they're the ones going to get through. It's been like, nah, Bridget, on the day, it's all about who's best on the day. And I think that's what I found more interesting than anything else, bro.
No, I agree with you. Like, African football, there's always shocks. It's always what you do on the day. It's not like the Euros where, for example, if you know a team's better, more often than not, because of the way the team plays, it's more organizational football, I would say, in Europe. You know that team will win, that the better team will win. However, African it's just about going for it, flair, nothing to lose football, and there will always be shocks. There will always be shocks, and also people don't realize the African continent in terms of football is huge. Everybody thinks England has a lot of pressure on them. I'm telling you now, if you go to the African countries, because I worked in Ghana for a bit, the pressure.
Yeah, bro. Tell them about the pressure that's on Ghana, bro.
Ghana is a real big footballing African nation, and everybody plays football or loves football. Every single body plays football.
Apart from Aziz Sakari, bro.
Oh, yeah, yes, 9.98. Listen, my guy, he doesn't even have the record anymore, you know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, a kid. He's running in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's from Ghana. He's got 9.97, I think. So it's a shame. Okay. Yeah, he's about 20. So Aziz Sakari is gone. So sorry, bro. I can't chat to you about that. So,
yeah, cool.
But yeah, the pressure in Ghana is a lot, and obviously a lot of them. There's a lot of bonuses if you win tournaments or if you get far and stuff like that. People don't see this on the outside. They think that Africa is just, there's not really pressure. You guys are out here to have fun, but football is huge business in the African continent. Even in the North African continent, it's huge. You see in the sort of managers that they have, like Carlos Queiroz for Egypt. You see the various top managers that have been for Algeria. So it's very, very big business. So you're more likely to have shocks because the pressure does get to some of these teams as well, the bigger teams especially, because the criticism back home it touches more. And I say this for a reason. Obviously, if a lot of players that are in Europe, you get criticized all the time, but it's tough, but these are not your people. Whereas if you're coming back home, and especially the way African players play football and what the fans want, if you go back home and you don't do well at all, you're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about it from the person on the street. And the thing is, they won't care that you're a celebrity. They won't care. They won't give you that, at least respect that you're a celebrity. So, yeah, so the shocks are kind of probably due to a lot of things, but the main thing is the players are under a lot of pressure. And sometimes pressure bust pipes. And that's what's happened. That's basically what's happened.
100%. And I completely agree with you, bruv. Like, obviously, football in Africa is massive, bruv. And obviously, and the thing is, what people need to understand is as well, and Pele said it, African country would win their World Cup at some point. Unfortunately, a lot of these players have gone to play for teams in Europe. Could you imagine if the African players, for the Belgiums, the France of this world, England, could you imagine if they actually went and played for their home countries?
Oh, it'd be long.
How it'll be long for everybody, bruv. Yeah. Europe wouldn't have anything. And but the thing is, the players that are there, the pressure is immense, bruv.
So much.
It's immense, and it's high, especially in Africa Cup of Nations, because everybody else thinks, oh yeah, it's mediocre. Why are they taking our players to go and play in this silly tournament? The standard of football isn't great. The referee is not great. Blah, blah. For the people that are being represented by these countries, it means a lot. Yes, you want to be in the World Cup, but everybody does. But the Africa Cup of Nations is no different from the Euros. It's no different from what's South American one? Copa America. It's no different to the Asia Cup. People forget about the Asia Cup. When Son and all them man there, Tim Cahill back in the day used to have to go to play in the Asia Cup. These things mean the world.
I was going to even say that, especially the Asia Cup as well. People don't realize. Listen, Son, if he didn't win that, man is doing military service. Yeah.
So
it's no joke.
This is it. These things mean the world to the people, and it means the world to the players, bro. It's just us in Europe, and when I say us, I mean you know who I'm talking about, that have this narrow-mindedness that, oh, well, you're taking our player away from home. Yes, we all support teams in the Premier League or the French League or Serie A and blah, blah, but the Africa Cup of Nations has been during this time for however long. It's been since I can remember. That's the first thing. Everybody that's saying, oh, why can't you play it in the summer? Idiot.
It's hot.
Right? Idiot. Why do you think the World Cup is being held in November in Qatar?
It's hot.
Because it's too frigging hot in the summer. So no, they can't do that. Because what will happen if they do it in the summer? Heat stroke or anything like that. Then all of a sudden, your players aren't back for the beginning of the season. Right? So think about what you're saying before you say it, bruv. Don't make no sense.
My mum's in Ghana and it's 34. It's 34 degrees Celsius.
Exactly. And we're only in February.
Exactly.
We're only ridiculous. In February. So what do you think it's going to be in June and July?
45.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying, but people don't think about these things. It's just like, the thing is, no one would be saying, like, obviously people would be saying it if it was the Euros, if it was the Copa America, of course, bro. But it seems like Africa Cup of Nations is one of them tournaments where it just gets dismissed. Like it's the Intertoto Cup, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that, because look how many African players right now are playing in Europe for your clubs. So don't dismiss
and your countries.
Exactly. Don't dismiss the tournament, right? Because at the end of the day, when you lot are there screaming for the Euros, that's what the Africans are doing for the Africa Cup of Nations, yeah? So have some respect.
Exactly.
Right? Have some respect. But yeah, that's my rant over, bruv. Like, listen, big up my Ivorian brothers and that, you get me? But yeah, bro. What's it name? So let's get into it, bruv. So in the semi-finals, First semi-final is Burkina Faso versus Senegal. Second semi-final is Cameroon versus Egypt. Burkina Faso beating Tunisia 1-0 to get into the semis. Senegal winning 3-1 against
Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah, Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah.
In their quarterfinal, bro. ST, bro, Burkina Faso. I mean, you know what? Yeah, when I actually looked at some, I saw some stat, and I was like, raw, bro. Like they said that Burkina Faso's made 3 out of the last 5 semi-finals in the Africa Cup of Nations. So I think they even made the final in 2017 or something like that.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I think no, they haven't. They made semi-finals.
Oh.
And I think they beat Ghana. I remember they beat Ghana in the 3rd and 4th playoff as well.
Well, this is it, bro.
They're a good. They're no
joke. They're no joke. But no one would have been talking about them at the beginning of the tournament. So for them to get this far, yes, it's a shock in one aspect, but to them it's like, bro, like we've been doing this, right? So, and obviously now coming up against Senegal, who haven't lost in the tournament so far. But Senegal haven't looked impressive. Now, don't be wrong, apart from the last game against Equatorial Guinea, where they looked good, they haven't really looked impressive. And they were joint tournament favourites along with Algeria. So for you, bro, like how do you see this game going between the two sides?
If I'm being honest, this Burkina Faso side that has got to the semi-finals, I think they're battle hard and tested. I don't even think they're as good as previous Burkina Faso teams. Because Patripa has gone and all these guys have gone that were good players. They have Alan Traoré, who's a very good player.
Bertrand Traoré as well.
Bertrand Traoré, the brothers. Very talented players. They've been playing decent in the tournament. I think Senegal have gradually got better. And also Senegal have got Sarr back. And Sarr was a very big, important player for them. Ismaili Sarr is very important for them for the way.
Oh, is he out there? I thought he.
Yeah, he scored.
I thought he scored. Kept him.
No, he went. Basically, they let him at the last minute go, but they got checked by the doctors. But he scored last game.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And he's gradually getting into that, and I think he's very important for their team. And I think that personally, for me, I think Senegal, it'll be difficult, but I see Senegal going through. Because they've gradually got better.
They have. I mean, listen, as I said, their names, Mane, Koulibaly, Idrissa Gueye, Ismaili Sarr, bruv. Just
KOTRTD.
Just to name a few.
Yeah.
And the names, obviously, and then obviously Edouard Mendy in goal as well.
Edouard Mendy in goal.
You say that Senegal have kept the most clean sheets in the competition. They've only conceded once, and that was the last game against Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a stern test, and I think Burkina Faso have only scored one goal. I think they've only scored one goal in a game. They haven't scored more than one goal in a game. So for them, it's gonna be a stern test to try and get past this Senegal side. And I agree with you. I think this is the end of the road for Burkina Faso. What they're gonna need to do is get this game to go 0-0 for as long as possible. If they're gonna stand a chance. Obviously, the guy that scored against Tunisia is out because he got sent off. Was it Otawaro or something?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. He's out, so he's gonna be a big miss for them. But yeah, bro, I just see Senegal absolutely just comfortable. If I'm honest, comfortable.
I see Senegal winning.
Yeah, comfortably. I think Senegal win that 2-0. Personally. Just quickly, ST on Senegal though. Sadio Mane, bruv. He obviously had the concussion. I was under the impression that 7 days were needed for a concussion. Yet he played. on Sunday against Equatorial Guinea. Had Liverpool weren't too happy about that. Do you think this was wrong for him to play, considering he was trying to get back from concussion? Or is it a case of if he was all right, then he should play?
Well, if I personally, I'm going to speak for it in my position. If I was in this position and I was okay, I didn't feel anything, it's for my country, bro. Like, especially Senegal. Senegal have been very unlucky. They've never won an African Nations Cup for you guys don't know, but they've had such great players and stuff like that. And Mane is one of the most important players in their team. And he's probably thinking, I'm okay. If I was really injured, I wouldn't play. Obviously, doctors need to be stepping aside and say, listen, you're not fit enough to play. But they would have probably ran tests on him, I'm presuming. And he would have... Yeah, go on.
No, go on, man.
No, I just said they would have ran tests. And I personally think it was the play. I think he wanted to play. And yes, people will be thinking, oh, yes, of course, use the safety of the player. But if he's all right and you've done the tests, for me, personally, I think you should play. If you want to play, it should be up to you, really.
No, I hear that. I think the only thing for me is I think he didn't need to play against Equatorial Guinea. Let's be honest.
I don't think he did.
He didn't need to, so you could have left him out. And the issue I have is that a player is always going to want to play, bro. Most players, well, not all. I think that like Mane's generation, the last of a generation, where in which even if like their ankles swollen or whatever, they still want to play. Not like them soft youths that we have now, but and he didn't need to play against Equatorial Guinea. I mean, I know he was okay, but they could have left it, because what you don't want to see is something worse happen on the football pitch. So it was a gamble. It was a big gamble, but it paid off in the end. But I don't think they should have allowed Mane to make that decision. I think they should have taken it out of his hand and say, listen, we don't need you against Equatorial Guinea. Bring you back to the semi-final where you can play, and it's all happy days. But it worked out. Nothing bad happened, touch wood, and he was all good.
Exactly.
And we look forward to seeing him in the semi-final against Burkina Faso, bruv. As we move on to the second semi-final. Big game, bruv. Two big nations in AFCON, bruv. Cameroon versus Egypt. It's obviously it's the tied around between the two sides.
That have won it the most.
Exactly.
Yeah.
ST, bruv. Like, obviously, you wasn't there when we before the Africa Cup of Nations, when Mr. K and the Truth and I were talking about it. We did kind of brush over Cameroon. And I think we did say they're the hosts, and hosts normally do well, but we did kind of brush them to the side because we thought there'll be other nations that would have been better. But Cameroon have been very, very impressive in the way that they've gone about the Africa Cup of Nations. You can see that they're loving the home crowd, that they're very confident, and they're playing some good football, bro. And it's coincided the fact that they've got the two top goal scorers in the tournament in Abubakar and Akambi, and the two top assisters as well, bruv. Like, so it's all going well so far for Cameroon. But this is the biggest test for them right now. Do you believe that this Cameroon side has the players to beat this Egyptian side?
I think they do. I hope they do. I mean, I do like Cameroon as a football team. You know what I mean? I like the way they're playing football at the moment. They seem to be fluid, seem to be very easy on the eye to watch. But it's hard. Like with Egypt, you can never write them. That's the issue. You can never write Egypt off. No matter how bad they're playing, these guys are instilled winners. Like the past two games against, actually, for example, we touched on it against Ivory Coast. They didn't deserve to win, but they stuck in.
Bro, they stole it, bro.
Yeah, exactly. They stole it. Let's be real. They stole it. And also look at what they were playing as well. They played against Morocco. I thought Morocco were good for most of it. Were very good for most of it until Morocco decided when they were winning. After, like, within the middle of the second half, they sat back and allowed Egypt to come back at them. And that's when Egypt, and then obviously Salah did his thing, really, created a goal out of nothing. And that's another problem as well. I want to see how they defend against Salah. I hope that they neutralize him in the sense that don't give Salah space. Give Salah a little bit of space, it's done. But yeah, I don't know, like this, like, obviously I'm more certain with the Burkina Faso and Senegal match.
Yeah.
But this could easily go to penalties. It's Egypt are like that. And the thing is, I wouldn't even be surprised if it's a Sadio Mane versus Salah final, you know. I would not be surprised.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's not get
do that after. We'll do that after. But the thing is, I agree with you to a certain extent, because this Egypt, we can see what's going to happen. Cameroon are going to attack. Egypt are going to defend and then try and counter-attack. It's what they've done all competition, bro.
Exactly.
All competition. I think for Cameroon, the most important thing for them, when they get their chances, they have to take it. It's what we didn't do, Ivory Coast. We didn't take our chances, and that's how Egypt got away with it and ended up winning in penalties. Morocco, the same thing, didn't take their chances, ended up losing in extra time. You've got to take your chances against this Egypt side, because if you don't, then they will drag the game out, and then all of a sudden you'll find that the momentum swings, and they've got and they've got you where they want you, which is either in extra time or penalties. It looks like every game I see them play, it looks like they're playing for extra time or penalties. So Cameroon have to take their chances. But Mo Salah obviously being the key man for Egypt is how Cameroon going to stop them. But for Egypt, how are they going to stop Abu Bakr, bruv? How are they going to stop him, bruv? The guy that says he's 29 but looks more like he's 59, bruv.
What, putting age potion to their food and stuff like
that,
yeah?
Listen, I don't know what man's using, bruv. He's got the elixir of life, bruv, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, bruv. But yeah, how do they stop Abu Bakr, bruv?
Yeah.
He's on fire at the moment.
He's always been a very good striker. From Porto days, he's always been a very good striker. I don't know how they'll stop him. I'm just thinking he has to take his chances. And it does help that he's got a Akambi as well. And a very good supply line that helped them with the goals. So I think they will get chances. I think it's just about them stop it. I don't think there's much Egypt can do. I think it's really up to Abu Bakr and up to Akambi especially as well to just take their chances when they get them, as you've said. And Egypt, I think if you are going to stop them, you're going to have 2 or 3 players. They're going to have to play either back 3, to be honest, if I'm being presumed, because both of them are very good at running in behind. Abu Bakr holds up the ball very well. Akambi looks to go inside a lot as well. So they're both got similar skill sets. They both got a very good understanding with each other. That's always dangerous as well. I think if Egypt are really gonna defend, I presume they're gonna go for a 3, and then go wing backs as well, because they'll understand that there's 2 of them. That's what I feel they'll do. And that's why I think they should go. Because at the end of the day, Egypt are a very defensive team anyway. So going 3 at the back and playing 2 wing backs, it will kind of suit how they'll play. Because I don't think Egypt are very good on the ball. I don't think they have the players to, not like other days when they had Abu Treka, Zidane and all them guys there who were very cultured on the ball and stuff like that. You know, they're not the same team. And I think when Cameroon have those sort of players, they will monopolize the ball. People like Ng and all that stuff like that. So if I was Egypt, I would just play the back 3 and play 2 wing backs, because we know we're not as good as Cameroon on the ball. But if we then isolate Salah, at least more likely, with his talent, he will go past the players. If I'm Egypt manager, and from what I'm seeing.
Nah, 100%. Nah, you summed that up well, bro. I couldn't have said it better myself in terms of the tactics that Egypt would have to use to stop Cameroon, bro. Even though I don't want that to happen because I want Cameroon to win, bro. West Africa all the way. But but the thing is, and one of the things that Cameroon needs to understand, and this is why I emphasize they need to take their chances. Obviously, Egypt, Cameroon, unbeaten in the tournament as well, haven't lost, but obviously haven't played the caliber of team like Egypt. So it's their first tough test. Where if Egypt, the one thing that's got Egypt got on their side, they played Morocco, they've played Ivory Coast and gone through two difficult teams. Obviously, they haven't lost since the first game of the season, which was against Nigeria, that they lost 1-0. So they've improved. The tournament has gone on, not to a stand to say that they deserve to be in the semi-final, but they've just scumbagged their way through to the semi-final, bruv. And the fact that they're there just shows the determination, just shows the winning mentality. And obviously it shows that they're not 11 times. It's 11 times they've won it, innit?
Yeah, 10 or 11 times. I think.
Yeah, 11 times. They haven't won it 11 times for no reason. So it's going to be a very interesting chess match between the two sides, and I genuinely cannot wait for this game because it's one of them where I'm leaning towards Cameroon, but you wouldn't be surprised if Egypt go and get through, bruv. Like it would just be Egypt to go and do it, bruv, and knock the hosts out. But the hosts will have the crowd on their side to try and get them through it. And as I said, they've been playing good attacking football, so they've got to take their chances. What scoreline are you giving this one, bro?
2-1 Cameroon. I don't really say it with confidence because, like, something Egypt are just they're that annoying team.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying 2-1 in extra time to Cameroon.
Yeah,
man.
But it's
I could fully see it being 1-1 after 90 minutes.
And they're going to penalties, and even that, listen, we're not even counting. We are giving Egypt their respect because they know how to win this tournament. It's ingrained in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a time they won it 3 times in a row. Like
exactly.
So
that wasn't so long ago, bro. And obviously they're the last North African side left in the tournament as well. So they've got that. They've got that as a representation of being the last North African side to win it, bro. I mean, to be in it, because obviously Algeria won it before
last time.
So they want to keep it in North Africa, but obviously we don't. But that's what they will want to do, bro. But obviously, in what we've both said, we're potentially worst case scenario is we have a Burkina Faso versus Egypt final. That is the worst case scenario. Like, we do not want that.
No.
You mentioned it earlier that it could be Mo Salah versus Sadio Mane in a final. It's potentially that could be the final. Senegal versus Egypt, North Africa versus West Africa, and obviously the team that would be the team that has won it the most versus the team that has never won it. So that would be a good final. Like seeing Mane against Salah, both of them knowing how each other operates and whatnot. Obviously, as I said, Senegal, who lost out to a North African team a couple of years back in Algeria, facing another one. Obviously, Mo Salah will want to be able to lift the trophy as Egypt captain for the first time if they were to get through. So that would be an interesting final, to be fair.
Yeah, I'd love to. You know what? That'd be a great final for the fans, for everybody to watch. It's obviously like, Mane sent out something saying that, oh, I can't wait to see my good friends, who is it, Keita and Salah. I'm like, Salah, you might don't like each other. I can tell they don't like each other. You can tell on the pitch they don't like each other. So
that's the biggest joke.
It'll be interesting to see.
It would be because they'd both be on the same side as well of the pitch when you think about it. So it'd be interesting to see if Mane just said, you know what, bun this, bro, and just clatters him. Obviously,
I'll be laughing.
I'd be laughing, bro, because that would be like, you know, if he did that, yeah, like that's how I know you don't care about winning the Premier League or the Champions League. You're just showing I don't like this guy, bro. So it's my opportunity, my only opportunity, yeah, to clot him. So that's what I'm gonna do, bro. That would be hilarious.
I
bro.
would love that final to happen, and it would be so funny.
If that were the case,
you'd see Klopp in kittens, having kittens.
Could you imagine? Bruv, Liverpool fans would never forgive him. Could you imagine? Mane said, "Bun this, bruv." Clattered Mo Salah out for 6 months, bruv. He wouldn't be allowed back in Liverpool.
I'll be laughing. I'll be like, straight, Mane. I hear it, bro. Do it again, man.
I'm telling you.
Finish the job. You get me?
I'm telling you, bro. So that would be an interesting final. But I think the final that we both want to see is Cameroon versus Senegal in the final. I just think they're the two form sides of the tournament, the two sides that have done the best. Obviously, it'll be a host nation versus obviously Senegal, who's never won it before. Big names all over the place. It'll be a packed stadium as well. I think for the tournament, I think that would be the best final because it would gather the most interest, because the one thing that, and not so much, obviously, since the knockout stages come on, it's been better, but in the group stages, you wasn't really getting the crowds and whatnot in the atmosphere. But as time has gone on, like you're getting more and more crowds. And I think if we were to get potentially Cameroon versus Senegal, I think it'll be absolutely packed. Star names, both teams playing attacking football as well, which is another reason why it'd be good. I think if you had Burkina Faso or Egypt in the final, it would be attack versus defense pretty much. But the fact that if you had Cameroon versus Senegal, it'll be attack versus attack, and it will be the best team to win, bro. Me personally, that's the final that I want to see.
I would love to see that final. You're going to see a lot of flair, a lot of attacking football, a lot of passing movement. Those are, those two teams are the two teams that kind of remind me of when I was watching African football back in the day. The unpredictability, the flair, the skill, the talent, the passing, the rawness, the unpredictability. It will be a joy to watch those two teams if they were to play, And I wish that that would be my dream final. Whether it will happen or not, I don't know. But if them two, and I would love for that team to win, to those two teams to play.
Could you imagine if Burkina Faso went and won it?
Oh, I'd be happy for them.
What a shock that would be!
It would be shock, but then that would piss me off even more because, as you know, as people may know, Ghana haven't won it in years. Not in my lifetime. So the fact that Burkina Faso, teams like Zambia, have won it before us.
It's like, bruv, don't bring up Zambia, bruv. Honestly.
They were balling though.
But they beat us.
I know.
For no reason.
But at least you lot won it in the end.
Yeah, we won it after, bro. We beat you lot.
Yeah, through our expense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the issue. I'd be happy for them, but I'd be annoyed at why my country isn't getting there. But I would be really happy for Burkina Faso. They're a small country, not a big population. Another French-speaking country, but it would really benefit their country.
No, 100%, and obviously it would be that Greece moment in the Euros, where like no one expected them to win it and they go and win it. I said we don't expect them to, but if they were to, then by all means, I think everyone will be talking about the AFCON for that reason, because it'll be someone dips up a different country being put on there. But ST, obviously we may touch on the AFCON at some point next week in Footie Chat. But if we don't, on a whole, from what you've seen so far, and obviously we've got the semi-final and final to look forward to, how would you sum up how the Africa Cup of Nations has gone this year? And do you think that it has put African football in a positive Like, or is it still there's work to be done?
I still think there's personally, as an African who's watching the football, I still think there's still a lot of work to be done. I think that I've seen a lot of good things. There's been a bit more coverage of the African Nations Cup, which I'm glad to see.
Yeah, very glad. Sky Sports and BBC.
BBC. I'm really glad to see that the implementation of VAR is there, even though it's made it more entertaining. I am worried about where African football is going. That's why, to be fair, I'll be honest, I like the way Algeria. I wish Algeria would have, if there was a North African team that I would have loved to go through, it would have been Algeria. For the simple fact is, the way they play football is what I would love African teams to play. And Ivory Coast as well, they play that great football. Nigeria were playing that good football and stuff like that. So I still think there's still a lot of work to be done in terms of technical ability, in terms of the refereeing. And we are yet to, and I think it's, in general, I think it's encouraged, is discouraged out of football. Like, there's not that one player that has that unpredictability, that skill, that magic, that
I think that's, sorry to cut you off. I think that's football in general now, though. Like, I think us growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s, I think unfortunately for us, we're kind of gonna have to give up on that because the way how football is going on the whole, bruv, it's all robotic. They don't think for themselves. There's not really any flair. It's about systems. So unfortunately for us, those flair players, as we've mentioned so many before, they're very few and far between. If we take the Africa Cup of Nations, let's be realistic. Who is that? Mahrez, Zaha, to probably a certain extent, Mo Salah.
I mean, the Nigerian guy. Who's the Nigerian guy? I like. He's a bit of a flair player. Simon. Yeah. I like the way he played, but you're struggling.
You're struggling to name five, bruv. Like, so in terms of that, it is 100% more difficult. But I think that's the way how the direction football is going in, rather than it being African football. But where I will agree with you is that technically a lot of work has to be done. And I said, as I think the truth and Mr. KA mentioned, coaching. There's not a lot of African-born coaches, and they're not producing as many African players as they should be. And we have to emphasize that a lot of the African players are going to play for European nations.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are like either being born or growing up in Europe and choosing to play for European nations rather than their country of birth or their country of origin. And
I agree.
It's sad to see, because you want the best playing for their countries, but unfortunately it's one of them ones where it's either they feel as though they have to represent that country because they grew up there. A lot of it is down to commercial and the brands. A lot of it is down to that, rather than just putting the badge on and saying, yes, this is my country and I'm going to represent it. And I think, and not just Africa, I think for Central America as well, so all the Caribbean countries and all that, I think they're always going to have this hindrance, because the players that they're producing are not coming back to play for them. They're going to play for European nations for whatever reasons. But where African football has taken a step forward is that a lot more are starting to play for them again. And that's what you need, instead of, as I said, playing for England, playing for France, playing for Belgium, playing for Portugal. A lot more are starting to play for the African nations. And this is, the Africa needs that. They need that, because if that's not the case, then they'll never develop and they'll never get the caliber of players to allow them to compete at World Cups and actually do what Ghana did however many years ago, do what Senegal did when they shocked the world by beating
Do
France
what
and stuff
Nigeria
like
did back in the day.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean, it's one of them ones where African football has taken many steps forward, but it's still got a very long way to go. But what we don't want is the African football to regress
Of
and go
course.
back to the bush football.
Oh yeah.
Bro.
Man are saying even it made me laugh. Yeah, 4 minutes into the first game. Yeah, man slide tackled him, did the Vinnie Jones thing. I'm like, man, set the tempo from early. I was like, this is bush. This is so bush. But going back to your point about players coming from their countries, I also say to players as well that are not getting the game time at England, your Callum Hudson-Odois, or your guys, for example, your Aaron Wan-Bissaka, or for example, your Welbecks, for your country, like Antonio's gone over to Jamaica. What these people do in the country is that you'll get 2 or 3 caps, and then you're hindered for the rest of your life because you won't be able to play for them.
Yep.
Because either there are many players in your position, or simply they just don't want you to play. And if I had the opportunity, if I was ever good enough to go to that level, I would have chosen Ghana straight. For the simple fact is, people will respect you there. You'll be loved there. If you're playing well, you will get played as well. But I also think as well, at the same time, we also need competition for places. And this is why I respect teams like Ivory Coast, because you can see, look at their team, competition for places. And I think that, and this is a problem with a lot of African countries and the Caribbean and the Central American countries, because the standard is not as high, and even when the players that are coming in from the Caribbean countries, from the European countries, just coming straight into the team, there needs to be a level of, listen, you can't just come straight into the team. Yes, we would love you to play, but we need competition.
Unfortunately, they don't have that.
Yeah,
this is the problem. There's, as you said, there's no competition for places. So it could be one of them ones. As I said, look at Mikel Antonio, how long it took him to decide who he wanted to play for. When he realized that he was probably never going to play for England or only get one England cap, he then decided to go and play for Jamaica. And it's like, and he just walked, well, he didn't walk straight in because we benched him until we had no choice but to play him. But it's players like these where it's like, the only reason, and this is what you don't want, the only reason why you're here is because you couldn't play for them, so you waited too late in your career. That's why it's like, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, go and play for Congo, bruv.
I'll tell him to go.
Go and play for Congo, bruv. You've got at this moment in time, you've got Kyle Walker, Trippier, Trent, and Reece James all ahead of you. Lamptey, if he doesn't decide to play for Ghana, is going to be ahead of you as well. Go and play for Congo, bro.
I would even say Lamptey, come over here.
Lamptey, go and play for Ghana, bro. Like, represent. Look, I understand that these guys are born here. I get it. I do get it. And do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you know you're going to, and you have to have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to be like, you know what? I am going to get into the England squad, or I am going to get a French squad or the Belgian squad or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And as I said, commercially and as a brand, it builds you, and you've got to think of the future. You've got to think, well, I need money to feed my kids, keep my lifestyle going and whatnot, and blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, bro, are you going to get treated the way that you should be treated playing for a European country compared to the way how you'll be treated if you paid for the country that you originated from? Because when you look at the Drogbas, the Samuel Eto'os, the Yaya Toures, when they go back to Africa, bro, they're like kings, bro.
Exactly.
They're like kings, bro. And I'm not trying to discourage people and say, oh, well, you just don't want to play for England because you don't like England. It's not about that. It's about being realistic with your expectations. That's why it's not like, don't get me wrong, it hurts me that Raheem Sterling doesn't play for Jamaica. It does seem he was born there, but I understand it because you got to secure the bag. Do you know what I mean? But my whole thing is securing the bag worth the fact that you'll never be fully accepted? Is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, these are the things you got to think about. A man can't get too political, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Let's not get you cancelled.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah, we're not gonna get you cancelled.
too political, bro. But yeah, man. Listen, people, let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know what you think of the AFCON so far. Have you enjoyed it? Where can it improve? Burkina Faso versus Senegal, Cameroon versus Egypt. Let us know who you think is going through there. Let us know who you think is going to the final. Oh yeah, ST, quickly, before we sum up, bro. I forgot the main question. Bro, one team, who's going to win it?
I'm not going to stick my tongue out. Senegal.
You're going Senegal with the truth
First
team,
time.
yeah?
First time. I'm hoping they win it. I'll go for them.
I know, obviously, both our countries are out, bro. But I'm gonna go Cameroon, bro. I think the
Fair
hosts
enough.
are gonna pull it out of the bag. But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
yeah, people, let us know who you think is gonna get to the final. Let us know who you think is going to win it. Let us know what you think about our little debate that we were just having just there about representation, African football, which direction it needs to go into, how does it get to the next level, and all that good stuff. And as usual, before we go, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Get the likes up, get the subscriptions up, all that good stuff. Share. As I say all the time, we are here. And don't forget to join our social media pages as well. Links are in the description.
One more thing, bro. Just a quick touch-up. We don't need to do this. Have you seen the World Cup qualifiers for the?
Oh yes, bruv. You lot are playing Nigeria, innit?
All right, but we're gonna get killed, you know.
Is that home and away?
Home and away. 2 legs. Oh, we're getting finished, you know.
Hey, Charlie.
And wait, DR Congo versus Morocco. That's an opportunity, bro.
That's an opportunity for Congo, bro.
But listen, the Jollof War begins, you know.
Oh my days, bruv.
Bro, you see, South London will be shut down.
Listen, that Ghana versus Nigeria game is going to be mad, bruv. It's too bad that I can't watch it on TV anyway, because that game is going to mean so, like, the banter alone, I can't wait, bruv.
Bro, I know too many Nigerian brethren, yeah. They're starting already on me, bro. They're starting already.
When is that? When is that?
I'm not sure. I think it's in March, but I might be wrong.
Bro, that's gonna be nuts.
Bro, the gods they taking a piss. They knew what they were doing. They knew that match there. Hey, listen,
the judge is gonna be going nuts, bro.
Bro, listen. The judge, the jollof will be flying the plantain and there'll be competition for everything.
I'm telling you, bro. But yeah, people, we're gonna wrap up there. I want to say thank you very much to my guy ST. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, man. Good podcast, man.
Always, bro. Always. People coming up. Transfer talk will be up tomorrow. So back to domestic football. Don't take the word domestic and think I was referring to something else. Back to domestic football. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to be wrapping up all the transfers. Going to have the man them here. And UFC fight talk will be coming up again next week as well. But I will let you know tomorrow in the transfer talk of when that is coming out. But people, stay safe out there. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of the Africa Cup of Nations. Show your support for the Africa Cup of Nations. And we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.
Peace.